Fans of the hit series Scandal know that there is some serious passion between Olivia Pope, played by Kerry Washington, and Tony Goldwyn's character, the President of the United States. But the President is married, and Olivia has just gotten a marriage proposal. So the question is, can their love survive?
I asked Nellie for a divorce. Listen to me. Whatever's wrong, we'll fix it. Don't say you're marrying Edison. Not yet, just wait, okay? Whatever's wrong, we'll fix it. Just say you'll wait for me.
Will it last? One man may have the answer. Tony Goldwyn joining us now to tell us what to expect. Welcome, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thanks, Dan.
Does that ever get old being addressed that way?
No, I'm starting to get used to it, which is really a little scary.
Requiring the family members. From now on, you will play Hail to the Chief every time I enter the room.
That's not going to happen.
All right.
But,
So what's the relationship like between Olivia then? I mean, obviously it gets complicated as the season has progressed, but is this going to be something that's going to be sustainable?
You know,
what can you tell us?
All I can tell you is I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, Shonda, aside from the fact that I can't reveal what I do know too much, but I don't know much. You know, Shonda herself doesn't decide how until the very last minute how things are going to go, and as actors, we just don't know until we get the script. So I'm a little bit ahead of the audience,
right.
And I can tell you that Fitz is, you know, having made the decision. After his near-death experience,
right.
to get straight with himself, and he, you know, asks Olivia to wait for him, and he's asked Nellie for a divorce.
I mean, Shonda obviously writes a very complicated dialogue and a lot of complicated plot twists and turns. Have you ever gotten the script and said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this believable? Because I think that's why so many people love the show, is that there's a great deal of reality to it that someone thinks this, in fact, could actually happen.
Never that, because Shonda's such a good writer. I've often read the scripts and been shocked. The next week's episode, what happens is so mind-blowing. And I didn't get the script until the table read the day before we started shooting, because the writers are up against deadlines, and sometimes we don't get them to the last minute, and we all sat down and read it out loud together cold. And things were starting to come out of my mouth, and I thought, what? What?
Right. Always fun to have that reaction.
Yeah, I was shocked, but the writing is so good that it's never hard to make it real, because it's outrageous, but it's always connected to something deeply human. So it's just been so much fun doing this show.
We're in a very politically charged environment. Do you think the show would be as successful if it had maybe launched 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
No, I don't, because I think people have a real sense of how highly charged the political atmosphere is. And politics have become their own kind of show business, except it's for real. So that informs our show in such a great way, especially being right at the tail of an election cycle, you know, with the presidential election this past fall. I think the timing is just perfect.
Shonda has joked before, and you've caught up on this line as well, that there is a scandal pace to the progress. What is the scandal pace?
To the way you mean of our show?
Right.
Well, it was a rule that Shonda laid down from day one, you know, that she wants us, you have to talk incredibly fast.
Right.
Except when Kerry and I are together, and then the whole pace changes and it's slow. So in the first season, we would get emails from her saying, I love you people, but you're not talking fast enough.
Really?
So, yeah.
I mean, were you ever worried that the message of the scripting was going to be lost because you have to have that expedited delivery?
No, because it works better. You get it better. You know, as actors, you know, right now we're kind of on top of it, but in the first season, you know, we'd be trying to find a scene and figure out when and why it wasn't working. And as soon as you do it at scandal pace, suddenly it works, and the message is clear, and it's, you know, it's good to challenge audiences, because you do need to lean forward when you're watching Scandal, or you'll miss it, and sometimes you might have to watch something twice. But you know, our brains work fast, and audiences are really smart.
It's not a casually consumed show. You get into it, which is why you have such a dedicated following.
Yeah. And we don't spoon feed the audience. You got to be on it, and I find myself going back and watching a speech again. So I go, just as an audience member, I go, wait, what? What just happened? I got to watch that again. But the cumulative effect is exciting. I think. People
Tony
love it.
Goldwyn, Mr. President, we will continue to watch as more
thanks, Jim.
unfolds and take our notes very dubiously to make sure that we're correcting every single word. Thank you so much for joining us
Perfect.
today.
Okay, great. My pleasure.